New at 6, a judge rules who should be allowed updates from court related to the Oxford High School shooting. Should information coming out of court be limited to certain victims of the shooting, and what defines a victim?
Yeah, attorneys for the parents of the accused in the case were hoping a judge would limit sharing information to only the families whose children died in the shooting. That left other families outraged. Karen's following these major developments in the case today.
Well, a judge was supposed to hold a hearing on this tomorrow morning and then decide on what constitutes a victim. Well, things started to change after we started teasing the fact that we were actually digging into this story. Word spread, and then all of a sudden the judge canceled that hearing. Then late this afternoon issued a decision in the case, which some are calling a victory for all victims.
Granted in part, denied in part. That's the judge's decision on whether to restrict pretrial statements by the prosecution. For these Oxford parents, today's ruling is a victory. They can keep being informed about court developments.
We still live with a life that's different because of what happened.
Stacey Broder has a sophomore at Oxford High. While Taylor was not physically injured in the school shooting, her mom still considers her a victim.
We leave the house in a Hana shirt or earrings that are in remembrance of these children.
In a motion recently filed on behalf of Jennifer and James Crumbly, the accused shooter's parents, their defense team is asking the court to limit information to the victims in this specific case, inferring the 1,800 Oxford parents and students on the email update list are not victims.
When you heard this push to limit information to all of these families, what did you think?
I was offended by that. I think any student and teacher who was in that building is a victim. So to limit the information to those people, it kind of sends the message that you don't count, and that their trauma isn't real, and it is very real for them.
Andrea Jones' son Griffin is a senior. She says he struggles every day since the shooting.
How could you go into the same building every day and not think about what happened there?
In today's decision, Judge Cheryl Matthews states, though the court does not know the exact number of victims in this case, the court agrees with the prosecution that there are certainly far more than 4. The judge went on to state the court is hopeful that the prosecutor's office can employ a more surgical response in the future, referencing mass communication is not always needed. Oxford parent Lori Bourgeau says she's relieved with today's decision.
I could understand if there were questionable things being told to us, but honestly, the emails we've gotten are very basic. It seems as though their problem is that that's being shared.
It's amazing how much you don't think it's part of you until every day goes by. And to be told that we're not victims isn't true.
Well, I've been talking and texting with some of those Oxford parents this afternoon, and they say they're relieved as they say those updates from court sometimes help them explain exactly what's going on and what perhaps could happen next. It gives them a little bit of comfort as, believe it or not, they approach the 1-year anniversary of the shooting.
Wow. That's really, that is hard to believe still. I guess it can be argued, though, that the court has a duty here to limit pretrial publicity in the name of a fair trial.
Right, and it is very important to make sure that the right information is coming out. The court did criticize the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office for an email that did share some unnecessary extrajudicial statements that disparaged the defendants. As we know, there's a gag order in place as well, but really the big news today is that there is no limit on victims. There's so many people that have been affected by this, and they just want the information.
Yeah, exactly.
Understandably. All right.